Why doesn't everyone become an entrepreneur? An assumption a lot of people have that if you don't make at least $40,000 a year, that you're a poor piece of shit not worthy of their attention. Some people set that threshold as high as $500,000. Some set it by the car or teeth you drive around. Most people are also lured by the short-term gain and can't bear temporary poverty. They want the nice car, hot girlfriend, etc., while doing the least amount of work. That's what makes government work is so appealing. In reality, a bunch of these jokers need to be shot for being inept. When you add up all these factors on top of the fact that starting a company, especially on the scale people typically think of when they think entrepreneur, i.e. big business, and that there are no guarantees, people naturally cling to what is easy. I'm from a rich family, but they won't help me. I've been homeless for stretches of time because a company illegitimately destroyed my credit, preventing me from buying a house and accessing worthwhile opportunity in my area of study. I'm also several thousand in debt from having to pay rent, typically temporary accommodation including hotels, motels, rooms, etc., and have been basically shunned by everyone for not following the herd. Would anyone care if I'm rich? That's the thing about it. No one will, they'll just want to scam me out of it like when I had money. How hard is it being an entrepreneur? Try living in an area where 95% of jobs are low wage, the other 8% you have a moral aversion to, leaving you go to fight tooth and neck for a handful that you're overqualified for, leaving you with no cash flow on top of VCs that want to be promised the moon before investing a cent. No one cares, is probably a contributing factor. Several of my formerly close relatives had a toxic, defeatist attitude of always trying to bring me down. In my book, that's a fate worse than homelessness. Being an entrepreneur isn't for the weak of heart. It's much easier to scam people and try to make it legal. There are a lot of reasons that not everyone becomes an entrepreneur. But here's one. Different people are different, and entrepreneurship does not appeal to every person, especially when the huge variety of life situations is taken into account. Even if you can't understand why it wouldn't appeal to everyone, at least understand that other people think very differently from you, sometimes in ways that are so foreign to you you can barely imagine them. And in ways that you probably can imagine, some people are more risk-averse than you, less creative than you, value friendships or family more than you, exhaust more quickly from social interaction than you, etc. And these are just some of many, many factors that might affect the degree to which entrepreneurship appeals to an individual. On top of this, understand that for some people, probably a lot of people, life events like having children will make the entrepreneurship path a lot less feasible or desirable to them. And this is a really great thing. Why? Off the top of my head, there is a lot of really important work that needs to be done by people that does not involve being entrepreneurial. A classic example I often heard growing up was garbage collection. Sure, there's tons of room for entrepreneurs to improve waste management, but if everyone involved in WM is devoting their time and energy to trying to improve the way this industry functions, then who the hell is going to pick up the damn trash? Do what you love, sounds great on the surface, but if this phrase were universally adhered to, civilization would crumble pretty fast. Maybe technology will change that someday, but probably not.